So we're going to be working with visual processing and the color red. As you're working with your child with cortical visual impairment and you're working on that processing part, the one of the aspects of processing is being able to understand and see color. And so what we want to do is we want to go through the colors of the rainbow, but also working on the visual structural and aspects of the eye, so that the eye is learning how to process the color red. Right now is what we're working on. It can be any color that you want, but one of the big things that you want to work on is that you're using natural colors. Okay, so I have an 8x8 square here. I have items that are naturally colored. Okay, and these are just fruit because I ran out of ink on my printer. And if you look at this, you can see there's grain on here. But for someone that's visually impaired, like, the grain doesn't matter. If you look at this and squinted your eyes, you really wouldn't be able to see the grain. And that would be huge if you're working with your child and they're like, what else is on there? That would be an indicator to you that what you're doing is working well. But one of the big things as you're working with cortical visual impairment, we really want to go through the color, the rotational color waves, and get them processing in your child's eye, getting the eye being able to handle those things. Now on my channel, you're learning more about color and vision processing, things like that, and movement. If you want to get more into depth with vision and movement, you can go into movement lesson. I am a movement lesson practitioner, and I'm taking things that I've learned there in my study of rotational mathematics to really help children with CVI. Like, that is my passion. And what you have to do is you have to start from the building blocks of vision, start at the very basics, and color is a really important aspect of that. And so as you work here with color, what we're going to do is we're going to work going across the eyes, and you want to get the eyes to follow and track across, and you also want up and down. Now these are working on the counterbalance movement functions of the eyes, and your counterbalance is important because the eyes need to be able to counterbalance depending on the movements of the head and the rest of the body. Hey, go drink some water with that. And so when your child has CVI, the seeing is going to be really hard, and so that's why you really want to use natural colors, not the like toys. Like, sure, toys are great, lights are great. At the same time, those are unnatural. Hey, don't shake her. Unnatural colors. And I'm just here at home working with my kids. Hey, Cindy, come take her for a minute. So here I have my colors. I've got a few of them here just to keep interest as much as I can when I'm working with their child. And the goal is to create visual processing. So your intent in all this is really important. It's not just being like, hey, I want the eyes to move. But the intent of why we're doing this exercise is to create visual processing. So you're going to work with your child, and the first thing you want to do is catch their vision. Now with CVI, I know it's hard to see it because they look away and they need to process. So when they look away, you just keep it there. And if they come back to it, okay, you just hold it there until they can come back and see it and stay on it. And that is a huge for visual focus and processing. And then as much as you can, as they're tracking the object, you kind of want to be sitting so you can follow the eyes. And you're just going to be going across that horizontal movement plane, the midline of the eye. And for her, she struggles with getting past midline of the body. Okay, come here, bring it to me. But we'll work with it. So I'm going to come in from this side, adjust her a little bit. Sorry, guys. Being mom stuff here. Okay, go put that in the garbage. Oh, just go pick that up now that I'm all messy. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to come in from each side. She's catching it, and I'm just going across central line vision. Right as soon as I get here to the center, she loses it. So that's just something I'm going to work with. When your child takes their eyes off of the object, you just want to hold it there until they come back, and then you're going to move a little bit. So something with her I would work on, because she's getting the peripheral, but right here when it's coming into her line of vision, she's losing it. So this is where I take a little more time and focus and just come here in that center vision and work with it. She's not even watching this. She'll go and focus on it, but she's not watching. Bonnie and Cindy, go back there for a minute. She's getting better. Here she is watching it a little bit more. And when you're using natural colors, it's easier to stay focused on it. Okay, so that's one way to work with your child's eyes. And then what you're going to want to do is work from the bottom and then work your way up. I'm going to catch the eyes up here. Now, my baby has a hard time seeing up, so I'm just going to come down till she catches it about there. I'm just going to make note of where that's at. And so one of the things that I'm doing as I'm working with her, she really struggles with this visual plane right here. So when the object is coming over this visual plane and she kind of loses it, I try to move the picture, shake the picture a little bit here in a visual plane that she can see. She can't go above really well, but she's got the sides and below. So I kind of will have to move the picture and be like, okay, here's the picture. Oh, we come back to the center. Now we're going down. Now, this is just really simple, working across the horizon line and working on those vertical lines. What we really want to do is just build the basic building blocks of vision. But we also want to incorporate color in there. So when you go to movement lesson, Michelle doesn't do as much of the color, but this is just my own channel, not advertising movement lesson or anything like that. This is just my own channel, my own business, achieve milestones, and really teaching you how to work with vision and color and getting that processing going on that you really want. Like, you want processing, but the eyes have to be able to process the vision, and we have to create that structure in the eyes, the movement structure in the eyes to be able to process it. Now, what does that mean? Now, a big thing with vision is convergence, and so being able to see an object and focus, okay? And if you see this, it's creating a cone, or like basically a cone. Here's my eyes, and it's going to a point of focus. Well, in your eyes, and when an eyeball is receiving color, okay, once the color goes in the eyeball, it has to go to a point of focus and then come back out, back to the retina where it's processing the image. Well, what happens is, if you study more of the eye, when you're looking at an object, when it goes back to the retina, it actually goes reverse. And if you have a good cone processing or a vortex processing within the eye, that is going to create that natural reversal of the image you need, so that the brain can process that and now create an association with that image. Now, if in the eye you don't have the vortexing or even the convergence needed within the individual eyes, it's not going to allow that image to completely reverse and be what it needs to in the eye, so that the brain can process that image. Now, yes, you can have some brain problems that are causing the processing issues, but at the same time, if the image isn't even getting to the initial entry point for those electrical impulses to go into the brain and tell you, hey, this is a picture, the processing is happening at the eyes. And so that's just one of the first ways that we're going to work with this. You want to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can learn more about how to create that visual processing with the color association. Okay, so on here with her, if she didn't have interest in this picture, like, I would just go to the next picture. And all of these pictures right now, they're all fruit, like I said, but they're all natural colors of red, I'm getting this, I'm sending these pictures to the print shop. I have 26 of them, and I'm actually getting them printed on board so that the paper's not folding. This is cardstock, it didn't work very good. But then also there'll be a book on Amazon. When that's there, I'll put the link in the description so you can get the actual book with flat papers. But also too, these will be available that you can purchase them in board form, and I'll send them to you if you want them. So when that product's available, it will be in the description. So working with your child, the number one thing when you want that visual processing, Bonnie, shh, when you want that visual processing, you really want to, we really want to create the structure needed in the eye, the movement structure needed in the eye to get that image reversal in the eye. So there you go. I hope you like that and have fun working with your child's vision and start that processing experience for them.